often begin on the ground and not in the air. History shows what can happen is compromised. While not detailed in this guide, accidents such as mid-air collisions following runway confusion or miscommunication. Airlines Flight 853, mid-air collision in 1969, remind us that clear surface procedures are critical for overall flight safety. The runway to 7 every pilot should master. 1. Planning aerodrome operation. 2. Taxi procedures. 3. Aircraft lights. Stations. 5. Phraseology. 6. Aerodrome markings, signs and lights. 7. Runway incursion hotspots. Plan procedures. Before taxiing, thorough planning is essential. Study airport charts, review NOTAMs, and anticipate your taxi route. Intercept your risk. Write down taxi instructions, monitor other traffic, and use situational awareness tools to reduce errors. Remember, runway incursions can occur. Mistakenly enter a runway or deviate from clearances. Always ensure you are where you think you are, especially at aerodromes with signage. Lights, communications, and phraseology. Exterior lighting isn't just for visibility. It communicates beacons or taxi and landing lights properly to make your aircraft conspicuous. For example, illuminating all lights when crossing other traffic, and controllers know where you are. Remember, effective communications and standard phraseology are key. Clear confirm runway designators, holding points, and intentions. Ambiguities like Roger without a proper readback incident. Markings, signs, and surface awareness. Understanding markings and signs is non-negotiable. Runway holding positions, signs, and guide you around the movement area. Misreading them can lead to incursions or runway conflicts. Remember the difference between taxiway and never cross a runway holding position without explicit clearance. Runway incursion hotspots and lessons learned. Identifies common hotspots, locations or situations where incursions are more likely. By studying where errors occur most often, proactively address risk. Past accidents reinforce this approach. For example, in the Air France Flight 212 accident of 1960, although the cause remains officially unknown, however, it underscores how critical every phase is, including departure and surface operations, and how safety unknowns improve reporting and reduce risk. Recommendations for pilots. So, what can pilots? 1. Always brief and plan your surface operations as rigorously as you brief your flight plan. 2. Use standard communications assurances. Zoom. 3. Make good use of lighting, charts, and situational awareness tools. And 4. Report and learn from near misses. Grows from shared. Remember, as aviation community, we continue to learn and improve. The goal isn't to blame, instead it is prevention. Dear viewers, remember, just it is a discipline that demands constant vigilance. Every clearance, every sign, every call out on the ground matters, because that accidents often occur on ground. They begin with small deviations, subtle misunderstandings, and moments of complacency during routine operations. Applying these lessons, reinforcing standard operating procedures, and maintaining absolute situational awareness, pilots and aviation professionals can ensure to be the safest place to begin and end every flight. Thanks for watching. Fly safe, stay aware, and keep advancing your operation. Modern airports are meticulously designed and efficiently managed, and pilots well-established. Yet, ground accidents continue to occur on the aircraft movement areas. A single misunderstood clearance, or a momentary loss of situational awareness can instantly turn a routine taxi or takeoff into a catastrophic event. Runway safety isn't defined by what happens inside the quiet decisions made on the ground, where there is no room for mistakes. In this video, we will summarize a guide for pilots provided. It is a comprehensive resource designed to help pilots understand and mitigate risks on aerodrome surfaces. While this guide itself isn't an accident, runway safety principles within are learned from serious incidents over history, including runway incursions, collisions. What is the significance of runway safety? Operations are one of the most dynamic and risk-intensive phases of flight. As air traffic increases and airports become more complex, these are events where an aircraft, vehicle, or person is incorrectly present on a surface designated for takeoff or landing. Incidents like runway collisions or near begin on the not in the air. History shows happen when compromised. While not detailed in this guide, accidents such as mid-air collisions following runway confusion or miscommunication, like the Allegheny Airlines Flight 853, mid-air collision in 19, remind us that collisions are critical safety. This guide organizes runway safety into 7 key areas that every pilot should master. 1. Planning aerodrome operation. 2. Taxi procedures. 3. Aircraft light. 4. Physiology. 6. Aerodrome markings, signs and lights. 7. Runway incursion hotspots. Planning and taxi procedures. Thorough planning is essential. Study airport charts, review NOTAMs, and anticipate your taxi route. Complex intersections and unfamiliar layouts increase risk. Write down taxi, monitor situational awareness. Remember, can occur when pilots are runway or deviate from clearances. Always ensure you are where you think you are, especially at aerodromes with parallel runways or non-standard communications and phraseology. Exterior lighting isn't just for visibility, it communicates intent. Use rotating beacons or taxi and landing lights properly to make your aircraft conspicuous. For example, illuminating all lights when crossing runways helps other traffic and controllers know where. Remember, effective communications are key. Clear readbacks reduce misunderstandings. Confirm runway designators, holdings. Ambiguities like Roger without a have contributed to markings. Understanding markings and signs is non-negotiable. Runway holding positions, mandatory instruction signs and tax guide you around misread incursions or remember the seaway and run and never cross a position with runway incursion hotspots and lessons learned. This guide identifies common runway incursion hotspots, locations or situations where incursions are more likely. By studying where errors occur most often, proactively address risk. Past this approach. For example, in the Air France Flight 212 accident of 1969, although the cause remains officially unknown, however, it underscores how critical every phase is, including departure and surface, and how safety improvements over decades aim to eliminate unknowns, improve reporting, and reduce risk. Recommendations for pilots. So, what can pilots take away from this guide? 1. Always brief and plan your surface operations rigorously as you brief your flight plan. 2. Use standard communications, confirm clearances, and never assume. 3. Make good use of lighting, charts, and situational awareness tools. And 4. Report and learn from near misses, because safety grows. Remember, as aviation community, we continue to learn and improve. The goal isn't to blame. Instead, it